Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Andrea and this is Beauty with Andy if you've not been here before. Sorry about my croaky voice, I'm coming down with a sore throat I think. It's just that time of year where we're transitioning from hot weather to cool weather, so I think it's affecting me a little bit. So this is my Shop My Stash review. It's going up a bit late again. So I will put my Shop My Stash for this week up probably on Thursday now. So yeah, let's just talk about the eyeshadow palettes I used this week. So we have the Huda Beauty Electric Obsessions. I'll open it up. Right, so this is what this little beauty looks like, and I only used 3 of the 9 eyeshadows this week, just because I didn't wear a lot of eyeshadows and I wanted to get use out of the shimmers. So I started off with this turquoise shade first of all. Absolutely love that, it's so beautiful. And then this one here is blue. It looks purple on screen but it is blue. That one's obviously purple, and I really love that as well. And then it came to using this one on the 3rd day, and I just didn't know, well, I think it is much drier than these 2 formulas. I don't know whether it's because the eye palette's aging a little bit. I did get this eyeshadow palette last year for summer. Not too sure of when I got it. I might have to check that. But you can only keep it for 12 months, I've just checked. And it could be that it's going out of date. But the other formulas, the other metallic formulas, don't feel like that. I'm going to keep it, but I'm not going to keep it in for another week. Just because it's been in here for 2 weeks already. And I want to use other things in my collection. I've got a lot of eyeshadow palettes that I want to see whether I want to keep or declutter. So yeah, this one is going back into the collection. And then we have this one. Oh my gosh, I have been loving using this one, guys. So this one is the I Heart Revolution Lemon Drizzle. And I've said on my Instagram, it reminds me so much of the Urban Decay Naked Honey, and it really does. I don't think I need to get that palette. Not only is it expensive, it's £42 in Debenhams, it's just something that I don't feel like I need. Like, I only like it really for like 1 or 2 of the yellow toned eyeshadows, which I feel like I can get here. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it and just continue to use this one up. Really enjoyed using it. On the first day I used Sugar, that as my like eyeshadow base, so all the other eyeshadows would blend out really well. Then I used Butter as a transition eyeshadow. Then I used Lemon Slice. And then I used Nothing But Crumbs, which is absolutely beautiful, all over the eyelid. And then on the second day, again I went in with Sugar, Butter, Lemon Slice, and then I used this really vibrant like orange toned, it's like an orange red citrus, and then I used Fluffy all over the eyelid, and that just looked beautiful. Those 2 shades together look like a sunset. It's really nice. And then today I'm using, what I've got on my eyes is Sugar, Butter, and then I just went in with Citrus to make it look like a light orange, and then I used Tangy. Really pretty. I've not had half as much use out of this as I want. Going forward, I do want to be getting a lot of use out of it. I'm going to be using it for 1 more day, I think, and I want to use this shade here just to buy it. It's just a really nice coppery shade. And I'll probably use this shade here as well, Tempting, and maybe Sunshine and Shop But Sweet. But yeah, it's a gorgeous palette, and I think these retail at either £8 or £10. They're just so inexpensive. I highly recommend them. If you are thinking about maybe getting the Urban Decay Naked Honey, get this first, and if you like this, then maybe you will feel like it's worth your money getting the Urban Decay Naked Honey. I personally don't. I feel like I've looked on Google at these swatches for the Urban Decay Naked Honey, and it looks a lot like these, so I personally don't feel like it's worth my money. I'd rather save that money and get Christmas presents for the people that I love. So yeah, that's that one. Then there is this one. This one didn't get any use at all. That's for the 3rd week. It's just because I didn't wear a lot of makeup. I am disappointed I didn't get any use out of it, but I will leave it in for another week. By this point it is the 3rd week it's been in, and it's the Zulu by Juvia's, and the reason I want to use it is for these 3 shades here. I know we are in autumn and winter, but I want to test the formula, and obviously I'll be able to use them for autumn and winter, and purple as well. So yeah, I'm going to use it in, and I'll probably pull one more eyeshadow palette and just see how I get on with those. It's because I've been pulling more products than I actually need for a week. I'm used to pulling like for 2 weeks, but now I do my shop my stashes for a week. I've just stayed the same. I'm pulling the exact same products, which is silly really. Then in here is my everyday makeup drawer, so we'll start here. Right, so this one is the Pixi by Petra Delicate Dew, and again I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it. I only got to use it once or twice. I'm not going to keep it in the collection, no. I want to use other highlighters and just see if there is any more that I can declutter, so that will go back for now. And then I have this Essence Oz Great Powerful Highlighter Powder. I actually thought this was like more of a setting powder, so I tried it as a setting powder, and there are little sparkles of glitter in it, so I'm not keeping this in the collection. I'm actually decluttering it. I'm gonna give it to my niece, see if she wants it, but for me personally, I don't want a setting powder that has specks of glitter in it, and it's kind of a matte highlighter, which is not my thing either, so I don't feel like I can use this. Then we have this one. So this is the Milani Illuminating Face Powder. It's a really hard pressed powder, but I have been getting use out of it, using it as a finishing powder, which looks quite nice on the skin. Like I said, it's hard pressed, so you really have to dig your brush in there to actually get the product off. But yeah, somebody said that they'd been using it as a finishing powder, so I've tried it and I actually quite like it, but it's going back in the collection for now. Right, so we've got Maybelline Face Studio Chrome Extreme. This one is in the shade Sandstone Shimmer. It's really pretty. I've not used it this week just because I pulled too many products really, so that's staying in for another week. Also, there's this really gorgeous Clinique blusher in the shade Ginger Pop. It's not been used, so this one is staying in for another week. Also, we've got the Laura Geller blush in Pink Grapefruit, which is also staying in for another week. And last but not least, at the back, we've got the Anastasia Beverly Hills in, I think it's Peachy Love. Yeah, Peachy Love, and that's staying in for another week as well. I've only used this shade here, and that was 2 weeks ago. I've not used any of the other shades, so I don't think I'll be pulling blushes this week, just because I've got quite a few there that I want to test out. So this Essence Matte Touch Blush, I really thought that I would be decluttering it, but I actually really like it, guys. It's such a pretty colour. It's 20 Bury Me Up. That can go back in the collection. Then we'll go to this section here. So this is the brow pencil I've been using this past week, and this one is in Natural Brown. Really good. I think I'll be using it again next week. Yeah, I'll use it again next week. Also, I'll be using this next week. This is kind of in a project pan. I only use one concealer at a time, and this is the Collection 16 Hour Lasting Perfection Concealer. I've been using this instead of my Kiko cream eyeliner, and this one is the cream eyeliner that I use from Essence is called Silky Nude. This one is in But First Espresso, and it's a dark brown, as you can see. It's such a really nice eyeshadow. It's very eyeliner is very creamy. So yeah, I've been using that the last week. Then those products have just not been used. That one shouldn't even be in there, but that highlighter there from Becca I've not used, and that just always stays there. Then we'll move on here. So I didn't get to use this one, which is no surprise. It's been in there a few weeks now and I've just not used it. So it's the Lottie Eye Foil in Savage. I also put this in because last time I spoke in my video, in my Shop My Stash review, and also in my Shop My Stash last week, I had really bad eyelids. They was really dry. I had to go to the pharmacy and get some moisturiser, but they're fine now, so I didn't use this. I'm going to keep it in another week and try and get some use out of it next week. I didn't use this either. I put this in for the same reason. It's from Benefit and it's in My 2 Cents when it actually wants to focus, and it doesn't. I'm going to put it back anyway in the drawer. Then we've got this long section here. Right, so we've got this Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder, and I've said this before, this is my ultimate go-to setting powder, but I try and give other things a go. I absolutely love this. It's my favourite setting powder. I'm going to keep it in another week just because I didn't get a lot of use out of it, just because I was using this one more, because I didn't know whether I wanted to declutter it. And it's the Pro Base Makeup Academy Pro Base Primer and Conceal Powder. So that looks like that. And then I have this, sorry, that shouldn't be kept in. I didn't mind it, it was okay. I think I'm going to declutter it. I didn't actually think it was to be used under your makeup. I used it over my makeup and it worked fine. It worked just as a normal powder, but yeah, I'm going to declutter that one as well. Right, and this one I absolutely loved using. It's the Ciate and Olivia Palermo in the shade Bluff Point. Just looks like that. Right, let's try and open it so I can show you what it looks like. So this is what it looks like. You can see I've used quite a lot of the bronzer, but not so much of the blush. I really like the blush. I used it once or twice. And it does remind me of the Essence in Bury Me Up, except the Essence one is just a smidge darker, but yeah, I really like this. You can go back in the collection. Then we have this Becca, Chloe and Malika palette. This is Malika's palette. Let me just try and move some products so I can open it up. These palettes, guys, are just so beautiful. I like them both, but for different reasons. I like the Chloe one for the bronzer and the highlight, just because they match me better. But I do actually wear the bronzer and the highlight from this palette as well, and it looks pretty. This bronzer, you can't really tell, but on me it's kind of like a red tone bronzer, and I don't normally like that in a bronzer, but it blends out really well. But the blushes are what I use this palette for the most. It is absolutely stunning, the stunning blushes. So I'm going to tell you what it is. So the highlighter is Dusted, and it's a soft focus highlighter, which you're probably able to see. Then we've got the Yes Girl blusher, which is a radiant blush. Then we've got another blusher at the bottom, Make Me Blush, which is a radiant blush. And then we've got the bronzer, which is Bestie Bronze, which is a satin matte bronzer. I'm going to be doing a comparison on both palettes very soon, just to give you my thoughts on them. So yeah, that's that. Right, and then we're just moving over to the face products. So I didn't use this at all, this Essence I Heart Stage eyeshadow base. I'm going to be using that next week, I think. I used this all week when I did wear makeup, so that can go back. This I use every single day. This is my moisturiser. I only use one moisturiser at a time. I've actually only got one moisturiser, so I do actually need to pick another one up. I don't know if I will go for this one, even though I absolutely love it. It's the Nivea Daily Essentials 24-hour Moisture Boost and Nourish for dry and sensitive skin. So it's perfect for me at the moment, because in certain areas, mainly around my T-zone, I am quite dry. So I'm finding it really difficult to wear like full coverage foundations. So this has shea butter and antioxidant inside. I've also been using this Good to Glow highlighter, but underneath like foundations. It's in 001 Notting Hill Glow. Then I've been wearing this L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover in the shade 10 Porcelain. So this is where my problems have been, like in my T-zone, especially on my nose and like on the corners of my nose. It's very dry, even though like a cleanse, tone and moisturise and exfoliate is still dry there. So I have been using it because I want to get it out of the collection, but yesterday I pulled in a different foundation just because I was going out and I didn't want my foundation to look rubbish. So yeah, that one is going to be going back for now, just because I can't use it because my skin's not how I want it to be. So this one I pulled into the collection yesterday just to use for the day. It's the CoverGirl True Blend. I think it's in, yeah, Classic Ivory. It's really good. I love this foundation, and they don't actually sell it in my TJ Hughes anymore, which is unfortunate. We really struggle to get the likes of CoverGirl and Physicians Formula, but the good thing about Physicians Formula now is the UK can actually get it, so that butter bronzer is calling my name. Then we have got this e.l.f. setting powder. It's just for under the eyes and it's in sheer. I haven't used this, so I'm going to keep this in. I'm also keeping this W7 Get Set eyeshadow base in. Really been enjoying using this, and I think I'll just pan it, to be honest. And then I've got this MAC Prep and Prime. Didn't use this at all. Don't think we'll be pulling any more blushes in this week or a primer. I think I'm going to try and get some use out of this one, and then that can go out of the collection. And then we've got this that I still haven't used. It's the Garnier Skin Active Moisture Bomb Tissue Mask. I really need to start, to try and use it. Another product I will be decluttering is this one, which I'm quite sad about, as I love the shade of it and it's very unique to my collection. I don't have any lipsticks like this other than that Primark one, and it's not the same shade. The Primark one is in Excess Pink, and this one is in, I think it's Unity. Yeah, Unity, and they don't actually do these anymore, so I can't pick up another one. If you know of a drugstore lipstick that looks like this, it doesn't necessarily have to be a liquid lipstick, even though I'd prefer it, but just because they last longer. Just let me know in the comments down below, will you? I'd really appreciate it, as I do want to get one. Then there is another product that I'm decluttering. It's this one. This one and the lipstick is being decluttered into the bin just because they're really old products. I wish Natural Collection still did these, because like they are really good formulas, but it's just so old now, it needs to go into the bin. And then I've just got a few products here that just stay in here as well. So we've got this Smashbox lipstick transformer. So it transforms any lipstick, any cream lipstick, into a matte lipstick, which is really handy to have. It came with those mini Smashbox lipsticks I've shown in my lip edits. I've got this Paw Original Balm, which is good for lips, skin, hair and beauty finishing. You can use it for basically anything, so that stays in there in case I need it. Then this one is for my foundations. It's just a shade adjuster. Don't really use that too much. And then I've got two pencil sharpeners, a MAC one, which has been, I've had this for a good 5 years now, and I'm so glad I got it. I know it looks pretty beat up, but it's still doing the job. And then I've got this Thern one that I got from a Christmas set, and that doesn't do such a great job, but I'll keep it in there anyway. And yeah, that's it. So this is what it's looking like. Pretty empty at the moment. Like I said, this stays in here all the time, otherwise it would be emptier, so it's quite empty. So what I need to do now is go through my collection and figure out what I want to put in for tomorrow's Shop My Stash. I think that video will be going up on Thursday, just because this one is going up today, hopefully, if I can get it. If I can get it actually up. I've just tried uploading it again. It keeps saying file corrupted, so I've had to delete all the previous footage and refilm, which is so annoying. The things you have to do though for YouTube. But yeah, I'm hoping on the second attempt, it normally works on the second attempt, it will actually get uploaded. But this is all the products that I need to put back in my collection. They're being decluttered. Them ones are being decluttered into the bin. These two palettes need to come out. Yeah, so they are going back as well, and all this is going back as well. Obviously decluttered. So it's just that one eyeshadow palette, and then whatever I choose for next week as well. Thank you so much for watching. It really does mean a great deal to me. If you've not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and become a part of my little family here on YouTube. It would mean so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.